Thank you to each and every one of you. It's a real joy for me to be here and be sharing this space with you. Uh, I would like to invite you for a moment to just connect with your heart and stay in the heart. I My intention and it's really to speak from the heart during this talk. So I also invite you to listen from the heart. So I would like to start by having a moment together where we just share silence, share presence, and share our connection with the heart. Thank you very much. I'm very, very happy to be here. This is the seventh time that I come at the festival as a speaker, and it's every time it's a joy to be here and to um, share this space with you and share information and share whatever I can give, whatever I can offer and transmit to you. And this every time um, before the talk, I connect with myself and I feel what is to be said. And this year, I feel like giving a very spontaneous talk. And so let's see what comes up during this hour that we have together. I really don't know where to start from because there is so much to say about this incredible journey of pranic living and freedom, because basically it is about freedom, it is about expansion, and it is about stepping into a whole different uh, consciousness and perception and state. It is really about that. Um, and there is, but there are, since we are human, and there are so many aspects of being a human being, there are also so many aspects involved in this journey of um, becoming independent from food, um, or reducing the dependency of food on food. And so maybe I can start just by telling you a bit about my story, and then from there some other topics and things will come naturally. I started my pranic life by doing a 21-day pranic process 7 years ago. And um, and since then, I, to me, in my case, it was possible to maintain the state right after the first process, which was 21 days on water. And I, I think there are two mainly couple of reasons for that. And one is, well, one is because it's in my imprint. So it's something that I had within me since I'm here, since I'm here in this life. And so it was really about getting this frequency back, and getting back into what was my nature. And the other reason is that I was ready, and I was ready because of all the things that I did before, in terms of connect within my heart, expanding my consciousness, healing, deconditioning, and developing a subtle perception, and let's say generally growing in awareness. But I would say one important part of it is really healing, because if, let's say, even if you have a spontaneous experience or you do a pranic process and you connect with, you step into this state and you get this frequency and you feel it and you start living it. But then there is still a lot of conditioning, a lot of hurts, a lot of programming, and it will be difficult to maintain the state. So healing, it's really healing our emotional part, our humanity, really, the most human and vulnerable part of our being. It's so much important, and learning how to be with emotions, to be with them, just to be with them, and to feel them and know them, and getting really to know them and to recognize them, um, to transform them. And actually, this is something that, a step that happens naturally when you really connect with, when you really feel the emotions with consciousness. They will naturally be transformed just by the power of consciousness, of being there with awareness. And this is really an important part. And I know this is also where many people they find challenges and difficulties, and so it's really important when you are stepping into this journey and approaching this transformation, to really take good care of the emotional parts of you, and really make it a point to really work on them, and uh, to um, to have practices and to have habits and to have a lifestyle, and really incorporate this care for emotions and for all that we feel, to incorporate in the daily life, in our normal lifestyle. And I personally, I started to learn this when I was 20. And when I was 20, I was not even able to name my emotions. It was difficult sometimes to name what I was feeling, and even harder to express what I was feeling. And so this was my starting point in my journey with emotions and the emotional world. And little by little, I started to learn to be more in touch with what I was feeling, and to be able to really feel it, and also to be able to express it, to let it out, to show it. And um, then from there, like, my ability to, let's say, my skillfulness with the emotional world has grown over time, also because of the practices that I've been doing, like meditation and energy healing, and also, of course, some specific work on, on emotion themselves, and um, expression and communication and connection with others. And another step was after the pranic process, because really after the process, so many things have changed for me, like really developed and expanded and deepened, and new doors of perception opening. And so also the relating with emotions has grown, as um, I've I was able probably to reach, to be there even more deeply, and to increase my capacity to transform them, which is something that I think that I really learned to do this while I was practicing vipassana meditation. I had, like, for 3 years, I've been dedicating to this. So I was really dedicating to vipassana practice very intensively, doing long silent retreats. And we know that meditation, like it's not about emotions and just this, and it's not about just this. There is it goes much beyond that, right? But when you do the practice, you also, like, emotions are part of the human experience, and so that will become part of the picture, and um, and with the practice of mindfulness, you discover so new, um, you learn so many new things about the emotional works and world and how it works, and you also see how the transformation happens, because as I said before, the transformation happens, or the transmutation happens naturally. It's a natural process. So you just see it happening, and you learn how it works. And so then you can do this with more awareness, with more consciousness, when in your daily life um, you are meeting some, encountering some emotions. And we don't have the space for that during the festival, but I would um, so I would like to give this as an invitation for you to um, to, to practice this, to do this, really as a gift for yourself and also for others, to take a moment to, maybe with a partner, um, to to give each other, like, pure listening, and uh, so that you can express whatever, like, you are feeling, whatever you're facing in this moment, uh, in this, about this transformation, of course, about whatever you want, but now we are talking about this, right? So um but yeah, taking a moment to just feel what is there, what is happening inside of you, the emotions that are there, and or and also expressing by words, what do you feel, what do you uh what's what is what do you think, also your thoughts also, and what is happening, what happens in your mind, maybe when you are facing challenges in this journey. What is the inner dialogue, what are the thoughts that are coming, what are the things that you're feeling. So my invitation is to find this, um, when you feel like maybe you feel some connection with someone, and you can invite, would you like to have this space, and give each other listening, um, and just when it's time for you to express, you just express, and your partner would just hold space and be there, be receptive, be open, and just give you the opportunity to express yourself in a safe space, in a safe container. And this is really so much helpful and also so much needed. And sometimes just doing this can really allow us to make a shift, and to um, continue our journey with much more ease. And also, you can also come to me to do that. I would like to open to some questions.
Does anybody have a question for Luce right away?
Like, if you feel a question, well, if you feel a question, don't be shy. And see if we can find a question that really comes from the heart. That's think of your experience. What are you experiencing in this moment of your life, and then related with this journey, whatever it is for you, right? Because um, maybe you are already experiencing a pranic lifestyle, maybe you're just considering, so wherever you are, whatever that means for you. Maybe your main focus is not really about eating or not eating, it's something else. So whatever feels true for you, like relate your question to this, to what is meaningful to you. This is an invitation. Thank you.
I'm going to start with a question that is for someone who has never experienced vipassana meditation. Can you describe the process and what your process was in that experience a little more? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, in Vipassana meditation, what we grow is mindfulness, which is a natural faculty that we all have. And so Vipassana is actually, it's called Satipatthana, which is, let's say Satipatthana is the practice, and it means it can be translated into applying or developing mindfulness on all phenomena of existence, mind and body, and cultivating this this mindfulness based on what is really there, the things that are actually present, that we are actually experiencing, or that are actually experienced. And Vipassana is the result. So the result of this practice is to develop Vipassana, which is translated as insight, or as seeing into seeing the truth, seeing the real nature of things, of phenomena. And so when you practice, the task is just to be aware all the time, continuously, as much as you can, of the phenomena that are happening. So usually you start with physical phenomena, like, for example, like bodily sensations, because it's the easier way to start. But then the more you progress in the practice, the more you will also um, have as an object of meditation, and as an object of awareness, um, mental phenomena, which include, of course, thoughts, emotions, but also perception, also the consciousness itself. So your job is just to be aware all the time. And what happens, it's really fascinating. It's so fascinating and amazing and beautiful, and not always pleasant. But there is, to me, like, I had so much joy when I was practicing, and that's really what I wanted to do at that time. And it was really beautiful to practice and to explore so many things, to really get to discover so many things. Because when you um, allow yourself to just be silent, just disconnect from all, distractions and inputs, external inputs, and just keep it to the bare minimum, the simple occurrence of my body and the mind, the simple occurrence of that, and just have this as your field of experience. And then you start to experience this more in a way which is clearer and clearer, and more subtle and precise. At that point, everything starts to change. And you start to experience, to see things in a different way, to experience things that were unconceivable before. And this as an impact in the mind itself, in the consciousness, and there is a transformation that happens at the deepest level of the consciousness. And if it happens at the deepest level of the consciousness, it also means that it will affect all the other layers, all the other levels. So it will also manifest in your daily life, in how you in what you think during your day, how your mind is, and how your emotions are, and how you relate with others, how you relate with life, with the world, and with things, and with yourself. So yes, to me it was really an amazing journey, and it uh yeah, I had so much transformation because of that. And so yeah, I think that's the answer.
Thank you, Luce. Do you feel that this would be a beneficial practice for anyone who might be interested in pranic living?
I think it's useful. I think it's useful. And um, of course, right, when we talk about vipassana, we can, we can take it to what extent do we want to take it, right? Because if you really embrace the practice, it's something really, also kind of radical, right? But we can also, uh, so not necessarily, right? This is the choice you want to make, but the the practice of mindfulness itself, it's really useful and beneficial, and it allows even before this, um, let's say, this transformation of perception starts to happen. It will allow at first to be more aware of the body itself, and this is so useful. Just bringing awareness to the body, uh, the sensations, and what is there. It's really really helpful, and it helps to grow a connection with the physical body. And it also has a still brings a transformation in the mind, with brings more calmness and clarity. So I think, yes, it's in general, I mean, it's a useful practice for everyone. And in pranic living, I think, yes, it's also a great support. Yes.
Beautiful. We have a question here from the live audience.
Mathéo peut se Ah, bonjour. Merci pour votre présentation. Je voulais vous demander comment le pranisme et la méditation est-ce que ça vous a aidé pour gérer vos émotions? Parce que c'est the question.
Okay, so the question, so the question is how pranic living and meditation help me to transform emotion, right? Um, well, meditation, I think it's really like the process that I described before. So when you're meditating, naturally some emotional phenomena will appear, and and what you do is just observe with mindfulness. And when you observe with mindfulness, it will transform. First, you start to see it in a different way, and it also transforms, and it also kind of breaks down. Um, there are, you see, it's also about taking away identification, because if I think of myself as someone who is experiencing an emotion, I feel sad, and I have a story about myself being sad, and give a meaning to this sadness. It becomes, this is how we grow things and how we complicate things and how we find ourselves trapped into a story, into a cage. And meditation helps us to destructure all of this. We take away we take away the story, and we also take away the meaning and the story that we build up around the emotion. So we really learn a different we learn the nature of emotions also. They come, they go, they transform, they're not what we think they are. And I want to say that usually when dealing with emotions or memories or traumas or things that happened in the past or present challenges, they appear much harder when we are not taking care of them. When we're still there on the edge, we know there is this situation, but we don't have the courage to really, really, really take care of it. We really put our hands into it. And when we make this step, it's really it's less scary than we thought it was. And it's much easier to just transform, to just have a huge, huge, huge transformation. So yeah, like the invitation, if you have, whatever challenge or thing that you're feeling, it's so hard, it's so scary. And maybe you think, how can I solve this? Like you don't maybe even see you don't know how you will be able to solve it. Just step into it and just do some healing work. Of course, it's much easier if you are accompanied and supported by someone, right? But do something, and you will see that it's much easier, and we will have the transformation that you wanted to have. And the other part of your question is about like how pranic living helped me with emotions. Well, also there is another thing to say, that the more you do this, you work with your emotional work, the more it becomes softer, and some emotions that will not be there anymore, some things that will not happen anymore, and your inner world will be different, will feel different states of mind will be there. For example, when I switched to pranic living, I noticed how the mind was much softer and calm and clear, sharp, and the mental states were, just positive mental states. And it was interesting for me to notice, because when I did my process, I was right before I was meditating. And actually the process was the end of these 3 years of intensive practice of meditation. And I noticed how the mind was different without food in the system. The mind was at really a different quality. And this is so precious, and that we know that just by reducing the intake of food, we can have such a huge impact on our mind. And when our mind is different, our choices will be different. We will have a different experience of life, but also we will make different choices. And this is so much important, but because we build our lives based on our choices, small choices and big choices, and they're both important. Even like small choices of how you run your day. What do you do when you first wake up in the morning? What do you do in the evening? How do you spend your time? How do you, all these small choices, that become small habits, right? That we build out positive habits which are supporting our well-being and flourishment. And and bigger choices as well, right? So yeah, this is one of the gifts that we can give ourselves just by reducing or starting to regulate our intake of food, and then we will have a really a transformation in our being. And the more we continue, the more the transformation will be deeper, will be broader, and really um, it will be a new you, a new something very different than what was before. So yes, this was one of the benefits of chronic living. Just being different, like the mind and the heart, the inner state being different, and the consciousness also, the state of consciousness being different. And specifically about emotions, I think I, I, as I said, improved my capacity to feel and to hold space, um, and to really feel deeply and to arrive to the bottom of it. And in when I started to be on prana, also my sensitivity increased and became more refined. And my also, like, let's say, this subtle skills and capacities of working with energy, transforming energy, seeing energy, perceiving, and really working with a subtle materiality and a level of reality that normally we don't perceive. It's really developed a lot. So I started to practice energy healing when I was 22, I think. And since then I continued to just work with energy, and through different experiences and transformations, I acquire new skills and my sensitivity increased and all of this. But when I did the switch and of pranic living, there was another, huge step forward, and so many new doors also started to open up. Um, and I will talk more about this later. But how does this relate to emotion? Because emotions are, it's energy, it's frequency, and and so, like, being more like skillful in working with energy and with light, with channeling light, and with just transforming energy. It's, of course, it helped a lot because it increased my ability to transform and to transmute emotions. Yeah, this is a very beautiful, fascinating part of the pranic journey. And of course, it's of course, someone can be more, let's say, inclined towards this sensitivity and energy work. So of course, it also depends on the individual. But in general, when you start to live on prana and you are stepping into a lighter dimension, into another frequency, the sensitivity will increase, and new capacities will show up. Maybe intuition, and it depends. Also, this also is it can change according to the individual, but you can have recognition, or maybe you can start seeing the aura, connect with light beings, all sorts of things can happen. Or maybe, just not necessarily big things, but also just having be more connected with intuition. We all have intuition. We all have this channel with intuition, something that's so that, maybe we can know things at a deeper level, or we can know what's going to happen, and we just know what to do, with which direction to take. And when you lighten up your diet, and when you connect more and more with just with everything, right? Because living on prana is just being more connected and not having obstacles. And then everything that is there, it's just, and all the energies is free to flow, and you flow with it. So when you do that, and then you start having like a clearer intuition, and this is so useful and so good to have. And to me, like the the real new thing that happened right after the process is that I started to channel. So to be in touch with, let's say, my soul family, with beings uh, who are at other levels of existence, and I want to specify, I don't have names, I don't have faces or images. It's just, to me, it's just a frequency. It's just a direct connection, consciousness to consciousness, and just be connected with that frequency, with that space, with that energy, and and be able also to share it. It's like being transmitted. You receive, and then you transmit the signal. So this is my capacity, and this is my way of channeling. And so I started this thing opened up for me, and it was beautiful. There was also a bit of resistance from the mind at first, but then I just became more at ease with it, and it's just be a big support for since then for me. um and it's and it can manifest in different ways. One way is to just to well to receive messages which I need to get um for my life. And also it's just an energetic presence and connection, and it's always there with me, and this is a great support. So yeah, this is what I mean by channel, what is channeling for me. And later I also started to channel for other people, um, which means um, being able to transmit the same, let's say, create the same space and share the same space with the person. And so having the same kind of connection with guides and with light beings, and just with other levels of consciousness. And it also means to and so also to be able to receive messages for the person. So just to directly intuitively know what is the thing, that the message, the information um, to be given, or the answer. And but it is also, to me, like I am able to feel the energy field, and to feel if there to feel where the person is at that moment, also at the soul level in terms of her path, and what to have kind of a vision of what is the path and what is the direction, what is the timing, and also I can sense if there are emotions or memories that are crystallized, and they want to be brought to awareness and transformed. So there is also a direct it's also a space of transformation, direct transformation of emotions and memories. um, and so there is as well, so this emotions are transformed during the session itself. It's really a space for transformation and transmutation. And so it's both verbal, because there is verbal communication, but it's also directly purely energetical. And yeah, I've seen many beautiful things happening, like in the sessions, like for people big changes and transformations, and maybe being able to make choices that they were not able to do before, and make choices that then they're really happy with, because I meet this person like after some time, and they tell me about what happened in their life, and it was really the right choice, and it was done at that moment. That was the moment where they were able to switch, and you really step into their new dimension. And so yeah, it's really beautiful also to be able to share this gift.
Thank you, Luce. We have another question here.
Thank you, Luce. Deepening a little bit more on the emotions, which is, I think, a topic for today. I wonder, you say that they were deeper for you. You could go deeper into them when you went into the pranic process, but is it just deeper or different? My initial experience, which is very small, was that they were a lot lighter, also like the mind. And I wonder if you could relate that as well to relationships, which I haven't heard spoken of in the last days. Are they necessarily also kind of colder or more distant? Or is that just an initial stage where you're kind of floating on top of everything, but the human aspect is not so there anymore?
Thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
Okay, first question. Deeper or different, right? Both. I mean, for sure, the quality, as I was saying also before, the quality of emotions will change. And it also changes the way you experience them. And when I say deeper, it doesn't mean stronger. It doesn't mean, thank you. Okay. I think, okay. So it does, when I say deeper, it doesn't mean stronger. It doesn't mean, yeah, just to feel stronger. It means feel it at a deeper level, and which is also a subtler level. Does that answer the question? And about relationships, so to me, I feel that I can connect more deeply with people. Because the sensitivity is increased, and I can feel at a deeper level. I can see also at a deeper level, and also like having this intuition. I can feel things about people, and they don't need to tell me anything. I just feel them, right? And this allows for a deeper connection, because it's like seeing the person at a deeper level, which is also what happens when I open the space of channeling. I see the soul, and this is so beautiful. So really seeing it, yeah, seeing deeper in the person, and seeing, also being able to see all the layers, right? So because we are humans, we have many layers. So we have the soul, and then there are different layers of personality, and different inner spaces, right? Different inner spaces. And it's beautiful to be able to kind of, when you really connect with someone and you're able to see the entirety, and to really feel and see and connect with different aspects of the person. And yes, I feel that there is this deeper level of connection in relationship when I connect with people. You were mentioning like some kind of distance, maybe, and coldness. Maybe you're experiencing this in this moment.
I wonder if the others also feel that you're more close to them.
Yeah.
I wonder if the others also feel that you are more close to them, or do you feel all of this new dimension of connection? And if you're not with people that are in the same frequency, if it's happened to you that they feel that you are much more detached to a point where you're not really there, almost like I don't know, like a cosmic heart, just blowing love everywhere, but the human heart in connecting with the very human aspects, not so present. Or if this is just a particular, belief and small experience of mine.
Depends. I'm talking too fast. Okay. I think it depends. So I know that when the person is I know that like that people like receiving feedback from people, I know they feel it. I cannot tell if everyone feels it, but I receive feedback and I know that people like that they can feel this. They can feel this presence and this shared energy, and yes. So yeah. Like for me personally, I can also be very far away and detached. I also have I have this is really part also of who I am and my structure and how I work. So I can be very connected and close, but also can be very far. But it's like it's a choice. It is what is needed. What is needed in that moment. What I am living in that moment, and so I can switch to place. Just it's like for me personally, like this space of just taking a distance, and it's really also really important, and I find resourcing in that. It's just um being at yeah, just a bit, just stepping away from like this dimension, and just be at different levels of being, of existence, and yeah, it is very resourcing also, and necessary. Still necessary for me.
Thank you, Luce. We have one more question. Time for one more question here.
Thank you, Luce. Is it okay like this? Okay. Would you please tell us what kind of contact or connection do you have now in your daily life with the common world? I mean, people who don't know anything about energetic or pranic living or spirituality or anything like that.
Normal. I don't know how to answer. Like, and I'm not 100% sure of your question. What do you mean? Like, how is my, like, how much, you mean how much am I in relation with this? Or you mean how do I connect with this?
Do you want me to rephrase it and see if it works? Or do you want to rephrase it yourself?
I mean, do you meet people who don't practice anything energetic or spiritual, or even, I don't know, maybe some people living a pranic lifestyle can maybe have even a job in the common world and do things whoever does in the world, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So what is your situation about that?
Thank you. Now it's clear. Thank you so much. So, let's say to me, the people that I relate the most and that are who are part of my world are, yeah, most of them have some sort of, spiritual awareness, and they are in this. I like, of course, I meet people who like any sort of people in my daily life, and I am not bounded to any structure or any. Yes, I'm very free in deciding how to spend my time, where to be, and what to do, and who to be with. So this is a very fortunate situation, but it's also a situation that I created for myself. So yes, I think. So yeah, does that answers? This is where I am about this. Mhm.
Great. Thank you, Luce, for this beautiful talk and for these beautiful questions that you've all posed. It's been super enlightening to hear more about your journey and where you currently are on your path and what energies and practices and concepts that you are fully engaging in and how it's brought you to this beautiful place that you are right now in your life. Thank you. No, we're at the hour. Yeah.
Things that I wanted to add.
Sure. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I will be quick. Tomorrow at 9, there is I will share a meditation, and I would like to share a pranic meditation, which it's really helpful to just to connect with prana and to just switch our switch our system. So I invite you to be there tomorrow for the meditation. And I also invite you to get in touch at the info point, and also I will have it here on stage. You can find my contacts, and I would like to start some pranic meetings online, so that everyone can join and find support, where I want to share the pranic meditation, and also have some moment to share, to just discuss together, and ask questions, and go deeper into, and just also to keep having support, and that sense of community, right? Because you feel that we're not alone in this journey, and to find support, and also to be supported by the meditation, and by energy there. So if you are interested, just get in touch, and yes, so you can I will let you know when we start, and I would like to offer this also, especially for the people who join the Pranic Festival. So there are so many other things. I'm so sorry that the time is over, but I'm still here. You can ask me questions now. I will be here the following days. So come anytime, and I'm also available for sessions, like channeling sessions, or just mentorship, or healing sessions. Just get in touch if you are interested. And thank you so very much for your presence here, and really, really, really from the heart. There is so much more I would like to share with you, and I hope this was useful, because this is why I'm talking. I want to give something useful, and so I really hope that something landed for you. And thank you really very, very much for being here. Thank you.